So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be looking at the L1A1. I had a viewer that asked me if I could do some firearms from the Vietnam War, and I decided that he was right, and the Vietnam War was a good idea to go ahead and take a look at. I wanted to focus on something that was made slightly before or during Vietnam, and I decided on the L1A1 or the FN FAL because of an article that I found talking about how the Australians modified it and used it during the war. Now, that being said, before we get into this, I do have a little announcement to make. This black wall piece behind me is my patch wall. I've been collecting patches for a little while now, and one of my friends just gave me another one, and it's kind of a show-offy thing, but really I'm doing this because I'm interested in seeing what patches you guys have. And if you guys really want to send me patches or whatever, just DM me and it'll go on the patch wall behind me. This is one from Night Force Optics. So you can see Night Force Optics patch. A friend of mine gave it to me, and it went up on my patch wall immediately. I have quite a few of them. As I get more, I might do a video talking about some of them. But for now, we're a little bit limited on it. So if you guys want to send in your patches, or you want to send me a picture of your patch, because I'm super interested to find out all the unique stories behind them. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the history of this L1A1, shall we? So the first prototype was made in 1947. And it was designed to use the same cartridge as the STG-44, 7.92 by 33 millimeter Kurz cartridge. And, well, after testing the prototype in 1948, British Army urged FN to go ahead and create a few additional prototypes, including a bullpup. Well, FN went ahead and built this prototype, but after evaluating the design, they decided to go back to the original design of their firearm, and that worked out well for them, as the L1A1 is considered one of the best battle rifles in history by any country that used them. Now, that being said, in 1950, the United Kingdom basically had a choice between the FN rifle that they requested and an EM TAC-2. Both were chambered in 280 British, and well, they were really not relying, but they were leaning more towards the EM2. So the FN presented the L1A1 to the United States. So, FN kind of went ahead and said, okay, we're going to go ahead and start moving that direction, because it's obvious the United Kingdom is not really going that way for us. So they went ahead and did that. And in 1951, they had a deal with the U.S. that would produce the FAL royalty-free. And, it was a good decision, considering the British were basically done with their process and had decided to adapt and use the EM2. But they kind of lost that decision on the EM2. The Labour Party was ousted from control of the Parliament, and they went ahead and took the FN FAL, whereas the U.S. went and took on the M14. So, difference in opinions, and it's unfortunate. The U.S. could have had the FN FAL for a little while as their service weapon, but, the M14 won out. It didn't last very long in terms of active duty service, especially with Vietnam. But as we go through the L1A1 SLR, or the FN FAL, was used by the British from the mid-1950s into the late 1990s. So, this gun got a lot of use, and it's gone through many different versions, and it's still being produced by FN today. It is a very, very good rifle. Now, the Australian Army adopted this firearm supposedly in 1960, all the way through to 1992. So you can see where this is starting to go. We're starting to work our way into this special variant that armorers during Vietnam, especially for the Australians, and their adaptation of this rifle to the environment and something they needed it to do. It's actually pretty crazy the way that they did this. So there's actually a setup in the Australian War Museum that talks about this specific armorer's adaptation of this firearm. It was nicknamed the Bitch. It's great. It's hilarious. But it sounded like a 50 caliber machine gun. And it's crazy to think about. But this thing belched an enormous fireball every time it was fired. So the whole idea behind this was to make the Vietnamese think that they had just ran into a heavy weapons company instead of a small patrol. So you can imagine, hearing an M16 or any other 7.62 rifle, which, these troops would be they would know. So to all of a sudden, holy shit, that's a 50 caliber rifle. Why are we engaging a unit, like an entire company of heavy weapons? Because if your whole squad has this, that's a lot of 50 cal sounds going out of these guns. And it's going to freak the shit out of everybody. Because 50 cal don't play. And when you hear that fucking gun, man, you're running for cover. So it's just a really neat idea that the Australians did by modifying this firearm to sound bigger and badder than what it actually was. And the tactic behind it is amazing. But anyway, this is, it's a gas operated weapon. It has a spring piston along the top of the barrel, and it operates a lot like the SVT-40. So it's not bad. Most magazines held 20 rounds. There are a few 30-round magazines that could be found, and a few smaller magazines as well. So good gun. But overall, when it comes down to how the Australians modified it, turning it into a far scarier firearm than what it actually was, and basically adding forward grips to every single one of them that they had. Just great stuff. I will be posting where I was able to get these articles and read and look at from, so that you guys can delve further into this. I will be including a Wikipedia, but it's not for the actual article from Wikipedia. It's for all of the sources in the Wikipedia article. There are a lot of sources that go further into the details and history of the firearm, as well as how it operates and the designs, the prototypes, and all that from it. I decided to try something a little new with this video. As you can see, you can actually see my face. I'm talking to you. I'm not going off of a script or recording anything. So I apologize. I'm working on how I talk to people, especially when I'm videoing, recording. Excuse me. Good God. So let me know how you think about this, and let me know if there's anything I can do to change. I can't get better if I don't know what's going on. Oh, and tell me something that you guys want to see me do a video on. Like, if you guys want me to do a video on a particular firearm or something of the sort, please let me know. Unfortunately, the FN FAL, at least the L1A1 Slr, is a little bit short-sighted when it comes down to how much information is available and the accuracy of information. I noticed that 3 of the articles that I was reading had different information in it, so whether or not this is correct and whether or not they know what they're talking about is another story entirely. So just let me know. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching the video.